So I'm going to walk you through what I think that you're trying to do. And you said you're going to have 6 assignments that are gradable or worth points within the entire span of the semester. So if you've already looked through this, you'll see that there are several graded assignments within each chapter. So if I expand a chapter, for instance, you have the Microsoft Excel graded tutorials, but then down at the bottom, you actually have um, the assignment. There is an interpreting results and an assignment in these. Now, these are going to be built, the chapter assignments, out of the homework and test bank. So what I would do first is I would move everything that is in a bracket that says count towards grade. And this is if you intend to only have those 6 assignments. I would do all check mark those. This batch action comes up. I would batch edit the settings, and then I would click practice, and it would move them all into practice mode. So that everything that you see within the learning path would be in a practice mode at this point. And then you're going to add your assignments in that you're actually going to build. So I'm assuming that because you have 6 assignments, it would be like chapter 1, 2, 3 on one or something of that nature. So how you would do that is you go over here to the Cengage Now homework app, and this is actually where all the content lives as far as homework and test banks. And what you can see is there are actually a lot of practice things already built within because it says linked here, but we're just going to create a brand new one. And if you were to create from these banks, there is a probability that students would see some of the assignments or some of the questions that they may have already seen in a practice assignment. There's thousands, obviously, of questions, so that could happen, but it also could not. So, which is not necessarily a bad thing either. So you click homework. The difference between the homework and test is just really some of the parameters that you have, but not much. So we're going to click homework, and I might say assignment 1, 5, 6, and I'll go to continue. Now I'm going to see all kinds of um, banks. So I have my homework banks, my test banks. Some of these are already going to be built within. So these are already built within. Again, the homework banks, these chapter questions, some of them would be. So I'm just going to actually click chapter 1 and chapter 2. And then actually I can even pull from the test bank if I wanted to. So I might say chapter 1 and chapter 2, and I'm going to say continue. This is going to show me now how many I have, or how many I have of each. So between all I've selected, I have this many of each question type. So I might instead say, you know what, I just want the system to filter. I want 40 multiple choice. I want 40 fill in the blank. And then 1 true false. I'm going to go to continue. So the system will randomly then select 80 questions for your what you've done. You can actually view the questions by clicking on it, and you'll see it down in the plane below. So there it is there. What I would do at this point is I'd move them all over, include, and again, if you're having us randomly select them, then you probably don't want to delete stuff from here, but you could go through them and you could delete out of this, and that gets rid of the question pool. So I would do all those things, and then I would say continue. Now I have the ability to set parameters on the assignment. So for this homework assignment, I might say, you know what, they just get 1 chance. When they start, they get, 45 minutes from the start. Their score is 100 points. So I can manipulate all these things. If there's multiple attempts, I can decide I want the last one or the best one. I can shuffle questions between students. There is an ability for them to get work feedback, and maybe if this is behaving kind of as a test, you want to say don't show them feedback, or they can have it unlimited. And then there's some feedback after the assignment they could see. So I would say create an assignment after I've done all those things. And at this point now, my assignment doesn't live in the learning path yet. It lives over here in the Cengage Now homework app. So this is actually what this is here. I'll go to page 4 because it's probably going to be at the end. And down here, and I would find, where's my assignment 1? Maybe it's on page 1. Page 2. I can't find where it went. I can actually search for it, and there it is right here. And so as you see, there is no video tab next to it. Separate page. So there's my assignment 1. So I've created it and now it lives in the homework bank. Another interesting thing is when I first took you in to see the assignments and it had the quizzes, there are actually indicators here that the quizzes that are built within that homework app are not linked. So there they are here. So they're not linked. So actually you could pull from the quiz chapters within there too. So again, if I was to go say create an assignment, just to follow through those steps again, homework, I'm just going to say quiz, continue. I can actually expand where those quizzes right here, chapter quizzes, and those aren't built within. So I could actually do, I could take the content from those quizzes here. Let's see, 43 of, that's 3 chapters right there. So you kind of have to play with it a little bit and see what kind of manipulation you want to do. But essentially you can create all that homework and all that you need to create over in this app here. It is pretty easy to use once you get the hang of it. Sometimes I don't want to gloss over things because I just know them well, so hopefully I'm explaining it well. Another thing I just wanted to show you when you are on this tab, if you do go through this and decide that you want every single one of those 6 assignments to be very uniform with the options, for instance, if we've decided, okay, 2 takes, just like I did last time, 30 minutes or whatever, I can say save as a new set. It allows me to name that. So the next time I'm on this page for assignment number 2, I just drop it down and I apply the homework set that I've already saved. So anyway, I didn't save that one just now. So now what we would do is we're going to add the assignment into the learning path. What I would do is say add and create, I'm going to add a folder because I'm going to put it between chapters, but I can add an activity. So I'm going to say assignment 1, whatever I've named it, right? I'm going to decide where I want it now. So now I want it, let's see, I'm going to put it chapter 3 at the end, save. Then it's going to take me to find the assignment. Where did it go? Did I just accidentally get out of that? Adding a unit instead. The chapter folder went into a chapter. I'm going to say assignment 1. And then I can say, let's see, chapter 3 at the end, save. Let's see where that goes. It went into chapter 3 at the end. I made assignment 1. So this could be, and you could do this at the chapter level too. I just was having a hard time figuring out where to put it. So now I have my assignment 1. I've created a module. And now maybe I can say create an assignment, add an activity within that module, but I don't even have to actually make that module. I could just have added an activity anywhere. So I'm going to go to my Cengage Now homework app. This is where I'm going to retrieve the assignment that I just created. And I'm going to search the assignment. I know it's called assignment 1. And then anything that's not linked will have this little radio tab next to it. So I'm going to select it, go to continue. I have the option to go back through those options again, and I'll say continue. And then it's going to ask me where I want it. I just created that module, so I would put it in my assignment 1 module. At the end, add. And now it should come up in my assignment 1 module. Of course it's not going to. There it is. I put it in the, that always confuses me kind of to move these assignments around. So it's right there as an assignment in my chapter 1 module, but you really don't even have to create a module. You could actually just put it in between chapters or at the end of chapter 3. But at any rate, that is how you would create a separate assignment. But like I said, first I would go in, make sure everything is on practice mode. I'm going to delete what I've done here so that it's not accessible at all. And if you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, I can be online on Monday and then this evening as well. So hopefully this was helpful and not too confusing.